We will be speaking to experts on this issue. Also, security services are alarmed over impersonation during special voting exercise. We will cross over to their camp to find out more on this. Still to come in the bulletin, the Saglami housing project is expected to be completed in 400 days. We shall engage the industry players. Later in business, Ghana receives $360 million from the IMF as part of the extended credit program after satisfying all measures. Later, when we fly to the international front, there was a stampede in Guinea after a football clash. We will listen to what is happening currently at the place. We settle for the details of these and more shortly. To stay. Four days, 6 hours, and 8 minutes and some seconds to the crucial general election. ABC is your poll center. We're streaming live on YouTube, ABC News GH2, or to follow. Leave your thought and comment. We would appreciate it. Let's begin with our first story. The National Election Security Task Force, led by the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu-Dampare, has issued a stern warning to individuals impersonating as security personnel during the special voting. He made this statement earlier today, December 3, 2024, in a meeting with the representatives of various political parties, which was held at the National Election Security Task Force Press Center. My colleague Derek Kumiki-Siedu was at the meeting and he has filed this report.
There is only state actors when it comes to security and no other. The environment where people want to use certain uniforms that makes them feel have police, have fire service, have military, have migration, have prisons, or half of anything that resembles security. We feel that is unacceptable in this critical period of time. And we are clear in our mind how we want to deal with it. And we want you to know so that when we start dealing with it, you don't take us thinking that we are taking sides or we don't know what we are about. So that is also one thing we want to share with you. And we hope that after the discussion, we will share the generality of our position on it also to the Ghanaian people. But it's just fair that we let you be aware how we are going to deal with some of these things for you to carry the message down to the last member of your group for them to be warned that it is a zero-tolerance issue when it comes to people wanting to present themselves in a manner that makes them look anywhere close to being one of us. Yeah.
Let's go on the phone and speak to my colleague Derek Kumiki-Siedu, who is on standby to give us more details on this. Kumi, what exactly has the IGP been talking about after the meeting?
All right. So, Melo, currently I'm at the National Election Security Task Force Press Center. We did earlier with the meeting with the IGP. He said he will create a space for the press and the security to work together in order to check correct, accurate information. So I'm currently there. The space has been created, which is awaiting for the December 7th general election. So after the meeting with the various representatives of various political parties, speaking to the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, who is in the person of TC TRV Kote, he said the IGP made it clear that anybody who disguised himself as personnel, security personnel during the election will be dealt with. So coming December 7th, the IGP is really particular in people dressing like the security personnel. You know, past, like let's take a look back in 2020 general election. People usually dress in a way that if you see them, you believe that yes, they are part of any of the security, the government security service. But when they are being called and talked to, you know that yes, these people are nowhere close to security to the Ghana Police Service or any of the security forces. And also, the NPP was also represented by Ivan Simaku, who is the director of elections. He also stated that the IGP has assured them of the police redefining their de-escalating strategy to ensure peaceful transition of elections. You know, sometimes some police members, the way they approach to issues are very bad. Sometimes it causes problems during elections. So the IGP has assured us that coming December 7th, their way of approaching issues or problems will be in a calm way, which is not going to cause any problems.
Did the IGP give any new measure that they will be implementing beyond the usual assurance that they give? Because as you said, they are saying that they will make sure that no imposters of security task force will be seen on the election day. So what are the new measures the IGP has given?
Okay, so the IGP didn't come out with any measures to ensure that people do not dress in that way. He only gave them a strong warning that if they are being seen, if people are being seen in the guise of any uniform, even if the person is not from the police service, but even in uniform of the Ghana Armed Forces and the Ghana National Fire Service, they will be dealt with, because even with the Ghana Armed Forces, they are not supposed to be at the election, the poll center. And also he made it clear that there are people, I mean police people deployed at the police center won't be with any weapon. Yes.
Kumi, lastly, did the IGP also tackle the special voting process incident that happened yesterday? As you know, there were some officials who were seen engaging in malpractices. Did the IGP also touch on that as well?
No, unfortunately, no. The IGP didn't say anything about the just ended, I mean, the first phase of the special voting.
Okay, that was my colleague Derek Kumi-Kisiedu, who is currently at the headquarters of the police service, and he says that the police are rest assuring all Ghanaians that safety is the topmost priority. But unfortunately, he says the IGP or the police have not yet given out measures to curb these imposters ahead of the election. Well, we hope to see and hear more details shortly after that engagement. Away from that, the programs officer at the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, Samuel Harrison Kujo, has described the offering of food items to security agencies to vote in special voting held yesterday as disgraceful and nauseating, implying that the security services have been compromised by politicians. His comment follows some alleged inducement of voters at some special voting centers, including the high-stakes Ayawaso West Wogan constituency, where the MP Lydia Al-Hassan was caught on camera sharing food and water to voters in the voting queue. Speaking on ABC News Ghana, Samuel Harrison bemoaned the action of both the candidate and the security agencies, leaving much to be desired. He added that there is no excuse for the actions of the parliamentary candidate, and the security personnel and the culprit should be prosecuted.
We sent food to be given to our team, food to be given to our agents and our staff, and some of your staff. In fact, the gentleman who recorded or videoed, I don't know if he did, but he interviewed me, was also fed yesterday. And all other journalists, almost all of them there, were fed by my team yesterday, just as we do regularly. We sent food to be given to our team, food to be given to our agents, and our...
We apologize for that sound, but let's take the bite on this because the Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogan, Lydia Al-Hassan, has defended her actions following the emergence of the video showing her and the constituency's women organizer distributing food to voters during the special voting exercise on Monday, December 2, 2024. The incident, which occurred at the Legon Police Station polling center, sparked public debate about voter influence and electoral ethics as the MP was seen handing out food packages to individuals in the voting queue. In an interview on Accra-based radio station City FM's with Bernard Affler on Tuesday, December 3, Lydia Al-Hassan dismissed allegations of any malicious intent, stating that her actions were purely driven by compassion.
Just as we do regularly, we send food to be given to our team, food to be given to our agents and our staff, and some of your staff. In fact, the gentleman who recorded or videoed, I don't know if he did, but he interviewed me, was also fed yesterday. And all other journalists, almost all of them there, were fed by my team yesterday, just as we do regularly. We sent food to be given to our team, food to be given to our agents, and our staff, and some of your staff. In fact, the gentleman who recorded or videoed, I don't know if he did, but he interviewed me, was also fed yesterday. And all other journalists, almost all of them there, were fed by my team.
So clearly you have heard the Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogan, Lydia Al-Hassan. But on the back of this, the special prosecutor has launched an investigation into the alleged food sharing incident in the Ayawaso West Wogan constituency. This was confirmed to the media, led by the OSP's officials at the Legon Police Station. And one of the special voting centers, transition escalated in the constituency, where the incumbent Member of Parliament and New Patriotic Party candidate Lydia Al-Hassan was seen distributing food packs to voters participating in the special voting exercise. Now, with the help of her team, Lydia Al-Hassan handed out food to voters waiting in queues at the center. The Operations Director of Senkot, Roxanne Konde Mason, has urged the public to rally behind the special prosecutor in its special way of mission to ensure accountability and uphold justice in the electoral process. His call follows the decision by the OSP to probe allegations of voter inducement at a polling station in the Ayawaso West Wogan during the special voting exercise. Speaking on ABC News, the Operations Director said that this is an essential for individuals who interfere with election process to be prosecuted in safeguarding our democracy. Now, prior to this, the Office of the Special Prosecutor had reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring the integrity of the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections in Ghana. In a press release dated December 2, 2024, the OSP noted that it has deployed its anti-corruption mandate and powers aimed at preventing, controlling, and presenting corruption, fraud, and unfair practices related to the elections.
Okay, so what is it for? What are they going to show it for? I think some of these isolated instances need to be nipped about. And I think that the special prosecutor must see taking these individuals to order. The law must work. If not, if we destroy this democracy, we are in for a danger. By taking the picture of his vote. What is it for? What are they going to show it for? I think some of these isolated instances need to be nipped about. And I think that the special prosecutor must see taking these individuals to order. The law must work. If not, if we destroy this democracy, work. If not, if we destroy this democracy to order.
The Operations Director of Senko, Roxin Konde, also advised political parties to abide by the regulations of the electoral process. He emphasized the need for political parties to play by the rules, stating that adhering to the rules is crucial in reducing the heightened political tensions and ensuring a violence-free election. This came on the back of the December 7th poll. Speaking earlier on ABC in the morning, he admonished political parties to exercise restraint in seeking redress.
The numbers are huge. That will be the last day, and I know political parties will try to maneuver, to manipulate to their advantage. And if this is not stopped, I don't think we'll have a successful election. I will only call on the political parties, especially the two major parties, NDC, MPP, to play by the game, to play by the rules, such that we'll have a very peaceful election. Whoever wins, that is the will of Ghanaians. But if any political party attempt to subvert the rules, I can bet you it will be resisted.
Away from that, the Programs Officer at the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, Samuel Harrison Kojo, has described the offering of food items to security agencies to vote in the special voting held yesterday as disgraceful and nauseating, implying that security services have been compromised by politicians. His comment follows some alleged inducement of voters at some special voting centers, including the high-stake Ayawaso West Wogan constituency, where the MP Lydia Seram Alasan was caught on camera sharing food and water to voters in her voting queue. Speaking on ABC in the morning, Ghana, Samuel Harrison bemoaned the action of both the candidate and the security agencies, leaving much to be desired.
Someone who is a sitting MP, who knows the law, would go all out sharing food and water in a queue. And let's put that fact aside. The fact that the people who are receiving these things are security officers also leaves much to be desired, because it tells us that we are compromised. If our security people will stand in a queue and be receiving handouts in the full glare of TV cameras, then what about those days when there are no TV cameras? I am hoping that the OSP, based on the videos that are watched on social media, would pick up the people who are responsible for these things, charge those that are OSP, based on the videos that in the full glare of TV cameras. Then what about those days when there are no TV cameras? I am hoping that the OSP, based on the videos that are watched on social media, would pick up handouts in the full glare of TV cameras. Then what about those days when there are no TV cameras? I am hoping that the OSP, based on the videos that are watched on social media, would pick up based on the videos that are awash on social media would pick up the people who are cameras. I am hoping that the OSP, based on the videos that are awash on social media, would pick up the people who are responsible for these things, charge them to court, and get a conviction. Someone who is a sitting MP who knows the law would go all out, sharing food and water in a queue. And let's put that fact aside. The fact that the people who are receiving these things are security officers also leaves much to be desired, because it tells us that we are compromised. If our security people...
Well, on the back of this, let's do have a conversation on this, because there have been lots of concerns. Yesterday was the special voting. We all have known or seen the intricacies of what happened. Some personnel involved in, allegedly involved in some inducement. But we want to look at what the law, or the breakdown of what the PNDC law 284 section 31 and the PNDC law 284 section 34 has to say about these voter inducement. It has really sparked a lot of controversy. So the People Law, that's the 1992 Constitution, PNDC Law 284, states that every election officer, clerk, interpreter or candidate, elections agent or polling agent on duty at a polling station shall maintain and help in maintaining the secrecy of voting, and shall not, except for a purpose authorized by law, communicate to any person any information as to whether or not to do anything in regards to A, the name of the voter who has not applied for a ballot paper or voted at a polling station, or B, the number of register of a voter who has or has not applied for a ballot paper or voted at the polling station, or again C, the official mark of it. Then again, it goes to say that every person present at the counting of votes shall maintain and help in maintaining the secrecy of voting, and shall not communicate any information obtained at the counting of the vote as the candidate for whom he voted for or is given any particular ballot paper. So this clearly is what the law says in relation to the voter inducements that have been occurring lately in the conversations. Then again, it's not ending there. It goes on to say that section 31, it goes on to say that no person shall interfere with or attempt to interfere with a voter when recording his vote, or obtain or attempt to obtain in a polling station information about the candidate for whom a voter in that station is about to vote or has voted. Then again, it goes on to say that no communication at any time to any person or any information obtained in a polling station about the candidate for whom a voter is in that particular station has voted or about to vote, or about the number, again, if anyone or on the ballot paper given to a voter at that station. The D also concludes saying that directly or indirectly induce a voter to display his ballot paper after he has marked or selected it so as to make known to another person the same of the candidate of whom he has or has not voted for. So clearly the law is there. It has stipulated the actions and inactions of these things. And again, let me just wrap up quickly on this one. It says that a person who has undertaken to assist A, a blind voter to vote, or B, a voter who is incapacitated from voting by any other physical cause to vote shall not communicate at any time to another person information as to the candidate for whom that disabled voter intends to vote or has voted for, or as to the number of any on the ballot paper given for the use of the disabled voter. Lastly, before we go on the phone to speak with my the security analyst, okay, let's just take this quickly. My producer tells me that it says that a person commits to offense of treating A. Now, these are all stipulated under the 1992 Constitution, PNDC Law 284, Section 34, and it states clearly that if corruptly either himself or though another person before, during, or after an election gives a or provides or pay wholly or in part of expenses, or giving providing like items such as meat, drink, entertainment, or provisions to or for any person. Again, it goes on to say that for the purpose of corruptly influencing that person or another person to vote or refrain from voting, or an account of the person or another person having voted or refrained from voting or being about to vote to refrain from voting. Then again, if he corruptly accept or take any meat, drink, entertainment, or provision offered in the circumstances and for the purposes mentioned in paragraph A of this section, this is what the law says about the whole incident. And juxtaposing that to what happened or ensued yesterday at certain polling stations, particularly in the Yawasu West Wogon constituency, where the Member of Parliament, Lydia Seram Hassan, was live or seen live on camera giving some items to the delegate or some the voters over there, some also within the security services, and it actually has sparked a lot of talk on social media. Well, we'll be looking at some of the constituencies that received or occurred, that had a lot of these happenings, the vote buying allegations and the vote inducement, all of that. We will break that to you. So special voting inducement allegations. Now the Constitution, as we all do know, has made it clear the offences, as you see, is there. Then the actions taken. So at the Ablekuma Central, there were police officers who were caught live with pics of ballot. Also, immigration officers had their biometric details used by another person to vote before they arrived. Now, the action taken is that officers was forced to delete and let go of the free action taken on his on this, and the officer also was verified and made to vote. Now, that was what happened in Ablekuma Central. So the offences and the action that was taken on that particular day. Then again, in the Ablekuma Central constituency, specifically Ayawaso West Wogum, where NDC raised concerns of voter allegedly taking pics of ballot papers after voting, which they claim that they were actually some of these voters were taking pictures of them voting for the Member of Parliament, Lydia Al Hassan, then taking it to her as identifying as, yes, they have indeed voted for her. So in relation to that, that was when the whole packages of inducement came in. But the action taken, we are yet to see the latest on that. Then in the Klote Kole constituency, the offense that occurred, or the incident that occurred, was that 2 voters could not find their names on the voter list, although they were designated to vote at the said center. And that was what happened. Then in the Tema West, indeed, there were photographs of ballot papers and nothing was done about it. Well, let's go on the phone and speak with security analyst Adib Sani to help us on this conversation. Adib, sorry for keeping you long on the line, but you have been monitoring this. What can you say with the treatment meted out by the non-security personnel as against the security personnel who were left to go free for committing these offences?
I'm extremely disappointed. I'm gobsmacked. I'm shocked that members of the security services who should know better, who are the enforcers of the law, are rather the breakers of the law. To take pictures of ballot papers, I think it's just a no-no, and it sends very wrong signals. As a matter of fact, it wasn't exclusive to only Accra. In many parts of the country it happened. In many parts of the country there was inducement. For example, in Tatali, individuals came around, were giving money to people in the queue. In Tamale, the MPP treasurer for Sanargu was outside the polling station inviting people over and giving them money. It was caught on tape. At Ayawaso West Wogon, Lydia Al Hassan, it shocks me how someone can lie through her teeth. She said she didn't know what we were talking about. She arrived at the polling station at 6 a.m. and left early. Yet there is a footage of her clearly distributing the food alongside some other accomplices at the polling station. So I just want to use this opportunity to appeal to Ghanaians. Resist any attempt by any political party or any individual to induce or influence the decision of voters in the queue with anything, whether it is food, it is money, whether it is gifts. Resist it because it's against the law, as simple as that. And I think we need to get this information down there because I've come to realize one thing. If you cannot convince them with what you have to offer, you confuse them with money. I think that is what is happening currently, and that is quite shocking and very disappointing, where we have taken monetization of our democracy to.
Adib, looking at the conversations that have gone on the back of this particular one major one that stands out is the fact that how we recruit our security personnel in the security service. What is the state of the security currently? Because if a security service personnel is seen live on camera taking money, any object, anything from a politician, then it means that there's some allegations about the security service saying that they are corrupt could be true.
Okay, so security officers should know better. Thank you. They should know better. They should know that when a stranger comes to give you food, you need to exercise a great deal of circumspection because the food could be drugged, it could be laced with something. So I am shocked what training they go through that made a lot of them collect the food, because we saw it on tape, it was on video. So for me, I think there's the need for reorientation, because in the past, this was constricted to our local people who are jobless, who are poor, who cannot afford 3 square meals a day, they live on less than $1 a day. But for serving security agents who are well paid and well fed to accept such gifts, I think it's just unfortunate. That is why I'm appealing to Ghanaians to resist on December 7th any attempt by any individual to distribute handouts at the polling station. If the person is done voting and is out of the vicinity of the polling station, you can follow up and do whatever you want to do with the person. But for people to queue to vote there, you come and induce them, I think it's an insult.
Adib, with these personnel that we saw live on camera, what should be done to them? Because we have not had any feedback in relation with any, I should say, punishment or any official communication from the authorities. So in this case, what do we do?
I think they should be questioned and possibly reprimanded. We've also seen pictures of ballot papers. There's a way you can link the ballot paper to the voter, because it comes with serial numbers, and the serial number is attached to the name that used that ballot paper. So it is very easy, if really we are committed, to get these individuals and reprimand them to serve as a deterrent to others. Unfortunately, I've not seen any commitment on the part of the police service to do that. I've also seen the Office of the Special Prosecutor issue a statement. I'm sorry, but the Office of the Special Prosecutor has become comical. I mean, it's an entity a lot of Ghanaians don't really take serious, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, as a result, nothing meaningful would come out of it. So I am rather counting on the police to do their investigations and to ensure people are held to account before December 7th. After December 7th, trust me, it's a dead case.
Well, Adib, I wanted to let you go, but just as you mentioned with the special prosecutor, why don't you have trust in the special prosecutor in regard to this case?
The special prosecutor has always issued statements, and a lot of cases has come before the special prosecutor. I remember the last time a lady was on top of a vehicle spraying money during a voting exercise. The special prosecutor issued a statement. To date, we don't know what has become of the case. So it's because of precedents. Okay, historically, the special prosecutor issues statements and nothing comes out of those. I mean, so I don't think people really take that offer seriously, to be honest.
I'd be grateful for your time this afternoon. Thank you so much. We have been speaking with security analyst Adib Sani on the back of the vote inducements that happened in some constituencies yesterday. We will be bringing you follow-up as the major election approaches come December 7. Away from that, let's do some more stories here on the Post Center. And the National Democratic Congress NDC has announced its intention to conduct a thorough audit of ballot booklets earmarked for distraction in Ghana's western and eastern regions. This decision follows a statement by the party's Director of Elections in our team, Dr. Edward Omani-Boama, who emphasized the need for transparency in handling the ballot materials. Dr. Omani-Boama highlighted that given the large volume of ballots involved, it would be impractical for the distraction process to take place as originally planned. In a Facebook post on Tuesday, 3rd December, Dr. Omani-Boama underscored the importance of vigilance, noting that the Electoral Commission EC must remember that it has previously lost the trust of the public. Let's go for a quick break. We are back with some more stories to stay.
Thank you, boss. See you next week. Yo, where is my passport? Where is my passport? Yo, man, I want to Waba.
Whoops,
and then it's special.
Give me my passport. You made me pay for express for 24 hours and yet it's not in.
You told me that you are telling me this. What's going on? Hello.
This man here has taken my money. That within 24 hours he'll do my passport for me.
Oh, see that's the same thing applies to me. He told me last night. He's telling me this week. Process. That's what they do. Yeah. Oh, madam. Please relax. I'll get for you in 24 hours.
Hey, Goroma. So you never change? Eh? You get passport for someone within 24 hours, Madam Obwa. See, the normal working hours is 9 to 5. Eh? Not 24 hours, yeah, I'm fat. I'm fat. You guys have made a very big mistake by trusting these people. Now, through digitalization, passport application has been made so easy. Now, you don't need to stress yourself and join any long queue for your passport. All you have to do is to log on to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website and begin your application. By buying a passport application voucher online. Simple and easy. And very soon, all you need to get your passport will be your Ghana card.
Hey, what is it true?
Yeah, Obisa. It is possible.
You're so quiet, you didn't know this. I feel Obisa.
Come on. Come on.
You're welcome back. Let's bring you some business news after this. In business, the Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has approved the disbursement of $360 million to Ghana under its $3 billion extended credit facility. This follows the successful completion of Ghana's third review under the program, as announced on Monday, December 2, 2024. The latest disbursement brings Ghana's total receipt for the ECF to $1.92 billion. The funds are expected to be credited to the Bank of Ghana by the end of the week. Now, the statement added, quoting, that Ghanaian authorities have continued to make remarkable headways on their public debt restructuring after successfully restructuring domestic debt last year and reaching an agreement on the Memorandum of Understanding with Ghana's Official Creditors Committee under the G20 Common Framework in June 2024. Now, the government has also completed the exchange of its Eurobonds at conditions consistent with the program parameters. Still on some more business news, Canadian High Commissioner to Ghana, Miriam Montrat, has emphasized the need to move from discussing potential trade opportunities to achieving results. According to her, both countries should leverage opportunities to boost trade and support industries. She spoke to ABC News at the Canada-Ghana Chamber of Commerce and the end-of-year dinner awards.
As I mentioned, Canada has very much lots of experience in the area of energy development, in the area of education, in the areas as well of technical vocational. So there are many opportunities, particularly when it comes to energy, for us to be able to come together. We have mining companies here. We have other technical expertise that we can bring to the country that will be helpful in terms of strengthening the bilateral relationship and ensuring that we actually can work together to bring the more prosperity for both of our countries.
You mentioned some regulatory challenges, and what could be done specifically to address these challenges?
I think the Canada-Ghana Chamber has a big role to play in terms of facilitating the insertion of Canadian companies in the environment here. It's not an easy environment, so having an organization that can help you guide you through the process, what you need to do in order to be a successful company within the Ghanaian environment is key, and I believe that the Ghana-Canadian Chamber of Commerce has a key role to play in that regard. Now, when I'm talking about regulatory environment, it also comes with the government. So the government also has some work to do to ensure that the Ghanaian environment is welcoming to Canadian companies and other companies for that effect.
How crucial is people-to-people tie? You mentioned how crucial.
So we have a very, very strong diaspora in Canada. Many Ghanaians are coming to Canada to study.
That's all for business, but let's do some more stories here on your Post Center. And the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has commissioned Ghana's first ever electronic gate at the Kotoka International Airport to boost border airport security and enhance smooth arrivals and clear dance at the airport. At the launch of the cutting-edge technology, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia touted the government's achievement in enhancing border security and putting a certain that the new technology puts Ghana on the map and even above advanced countries in the world. According to him, the new technology will be expanded to all major airports in the country and lands in the sea borders to further enhance border security at all entry points.
For Ghana's needs, because it was developed, designed, and built here, it integrates seamlessly with existing systems such as like PISAs to deliver a highly secure border management solution. Ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate not just the installation of e-gates, but a significant step in Ghana's journey towards digital transformation. This achievement is a testament to the innovation of our people, the vision of our government, and the strength of our partnerships. The e-gates represent what Ghana can achieve when we trust in our own capabilities and invest in homegrown solutions. They embody our commitment to protecting our nation's sovereignty and security, embracing the future, and building a brighter tomorrow for all Ghanaians. Let this milestone inspire us all to continue making Ghana a global leader in innovation.
Let's go on the phone and speak to my colleague Samuel Nimabo, who is there to give us some live reports about the commissioning. Sami, what is the latest after the commissioning?
Right, Melo, the electronic gate at the Terminal 3 of the Accra Kotoka International Airport has been officially commissioned by the Vice President and flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The event just ended not quite long ago, so just a while ago the event ended. The Vice President, as Alzu saw there, touted the government's achievement in ensuring border security across the country, and especially leveraging on technology and the digitalization drive that he has brought as a vice president. He touted it. He mentioned that this technology is primarily based on the system that has already been built through the Ghana card system. So it's not like they are using a new system. They are leveraging on the Ghana card system to develop this technology that has been commissioned today. He also mentioned that it was locally done by local companies in collaboration with the Ghana Airport Company. So it is locally manufactured to boost the arrival and clearance of travelers at the airport here at the Accra, the Kotoka International Airport. Now, the event also saw in attendance the Interior Minister Henry Korte, who also touted the government's achievement in ensuring border security across board, especially in through the Ghana Immigration Service, how they have conducted themselves, and also leveraging on this technology to boost border security. In his remarks, the Vice President also mentioned that this project has been in the offing for like 4 years. It started 4 years ago, and the development and the conceptualization actually started 4 years ago. And thank God they have been able to achieve this. And he's hoping that very soon it will be expanded across the various borders. So let me just describe briefly how the technology works. You swipe your Ghana card through the gate, the electronic gate. You swipe your Ghana card, and the first gate opens for you. Then you enter inside. Then there is a facial recognition, and you need to watch a specific board where your facial information will be taken. And if you are recognized through your Ghana card, you are allowed to pass. So that alone reduces queue and the long queue that travelers are made to go through, waiting for manual verification and all of that. So with just a swipe of your Ghana card, you are allowed to pass through the gate with your luggages and go and just take your equipment and leave. So it is at the clearance, the arrival part of the Terminal 3 that this technology has been commissioned.
Sami, the Vice President has said that this new technology will be expanded to some major airports and land and sea borders. Where specifically are we expected to see these things happen?
Yeah, so he mentioned that at the Prempeh the second airport in Kumasi, then at the Tamale airport as well. These are the two key airports that this technology is expected to be expanded to. Then he also mentioned that not just these two, but at all major airports, but the priority will be expanding it to the Tamale and then Kumasi airport. Then at all landing and sea borders, also this technology is expected to be expanded there to achieve border security and ensure that everybody is visible. He says that even as it stands now, everybody entering through Ghana through the accepted route or the unaccepted ones are all visible. So there's nothing like invisibility. Whatever anyone is doing, the government is able to see you. So they are trying to achieve full visibility through this measure.
All right, thanks for the updates there. And that was my colleague Samuel Nimabo giving us some live update after the commissioning. You have heard what he said. The Vice President has newly commissioned the new app over there. And we're back with some sports news. Do stay, don't go anywhere. Well, so earlier I said that the Vice President has commissioned an award. Sorry about that. It was E-Gate. That was a slip of tongue. But we are back with some business, sports news. And Botswana's Let's Tobago has made history, being crowned the World Architect and Athlete Male Track Athlete of the Year and the overall World Athlete of the Year at the 2024 World Athletic Award. Tobago's stellar performances in the 2024 included winning gold in the 200 meters at the Paris Olympics with the African record of 19.46 seconds and anchoring Botswana's 4x400 meters relay team to a silver medal. Now, he also broke the 300 meters world best with the time of 30.69 seconds in Portugal, and ran under 20 seconds in the 209 times with his Olympic mark standing as the year's fastest. The first Botswana to win the Olympic gold and the first African to clinch a medal in the 200-meter was Tobago's an achievement inspired his nation, prompting the president to declare a public holiday in his honor. Let's see. Remarkable year comments or cement his legacy as one of Africa's greatest sprinters. We're back with some international updates. A soccer match in Nizikori, southeast Guinea, ended in disaster and violence as erupted following a conversational red card decision. Fans threw stones and police fired tears against, causing panic and a deadly stampede that claimed 56 lives. Now, many of these minors and several injured. Now, the tournament held in honor of military leader Midday has drawn criticisms for poor organization amid Guinea's political tensions. The former president Alpha Condé called the event irresponsible, while Human Rights Watch accused the junta of failing to uphold promises for the transition to civilian rule by 2024. The government has pledged to investigate a safety concern at African Stadium remain critical issues. That's all for us in international news. We're back with entertainment news. In entertainment, Afro-dancehall superstar Stonebwoy has been named Artist of the Year at the 2024 Ghana Music Awards UK held in London, Maryland, Grand. Now, this prestigious accolade gaps off a year of exceptional achievements for Ghanaian icon who also won Best Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year. The event celebrated excellence in Ghanaian music globally, with other notable winners including Most Popular Song of the Year, King Promise, who won with Terminator Song, then High Life Artist of the Year and Video of the Year, Kwame Eugene, grabbing that particular award. Best African Artist went to Nigerian superstar Davido. Lifetime Achievement Award also went to High Life legend Amachi Dede. Sarkodie also received recognition for his song continuing his dominance in Ghana's music scene. The award highlighted the immense talent within the Ghanaian and African music industry, recognizing artists who continue to make waves both locally and internationally. And that's all for the package this afternoon here on ABC Midday. I'm Eric Chinibwa Mello. 4 days to the election. Once again, ABC will bring you a comprehensive coverage of what to expect in the coming 2024 December polls. Well, at 4, join my colleague Samuel Nimabo with Constituency What. You don't want to miss that particular segment. It will broaden your scope to know what to inform your decision come December 7th. And at 6, then primetime news comes together with the news team. Once again, good afternoon to enjoy the rest of your day.